think? Like it?
I'm gonna build you a house. Right here. Our house.
Would you marry me?
The new movie Loving was one of the highlights of the 2016 Cannes Film Festival for me when it made its world premiere in May. And I think this movie Loving will figure big into the Oscar contest. It deserves to. It tells the story of Richard and Mildred Loving. They're from Virginia. This was in the 50s. They fell in love and they got married. Well, the state of Virginia decided that was completely illegal, and they were ordered out of the state together. They could not be in the state of Virginia together, and they had to move just to be a married couple.
In here?
Richard!
What you doing in bed with that woman?
I'm his wife.
That's no good here.
This is astounding when you talk about it now. Marriage equality and rights are such a part of the news, most recently with gays and lesbians. But this case was nearly 50 years ago when it hit the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court ruled in favor of the Lovings, and they were allowed to live together. This is their story, but it is a very simple story. It's a very quiet story. It's told by writer-director Jeff Nichols without the bells and whistles you usually think of when you see Hollywood movies about something that changes laws for everyone and go all the way to the Supreme Court. This is not that. Both Richard and Mildred Loving were just people who wanted to be together, to have the right to be married and raise a family. And that is what Nichols tells in this very Southern story. He's a great Southern storyteller here, and he really captures that time and place. And thanks to two exceptionally fine performances from Joel Edgerton and Ruth Negga, he has a movie that I think will touch people everywhere.
I can take care of you.
I know that.
Now, it is a great story about how this came about. The ACLU comes to the couple and urges them to help them in taking this case out and into the public. They are reluctant at first, but it does eventually get into the courts and does get all the way to the Supreme Court, where in June 1967, this landmark decision was announced. Ironically, that was the year the movie Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, which was also about an interracial relationship between Sidney Poitier and the white woman played by Catherine Houghton that he wanted to marry. And that seems so long ago, yet so pertinent now in the light of this and in the light of other things that are happening in the country regarding just the right to be married, to be with someone you love. I cannot say enough about the performances of Edgerton and Negga here. He's from Australia, she's from Ethiopia, but they so believably play this Southern couple, and this movie really captures that area and that feel and that time.
Is there anything you'd like me to say to them?
Tell the judge I love my wife.
Applause all around to everybody involved with the movie Loving. This is one to see. It is not big, it is not loud, it is not going to bang you on the head, but it's going to be an unforgettable experience. I say, go.